Hello everybody, welcome back to a Mysidia Gaming video. This is going to be a brief update about what's going on with me and my channel and just kind of answer some questions that, people might be asking or maybe no one's asking, I don't know. But either way, I just wanted to check in because it's been a while since my last video and the videos have been few and far between this year. And there's a ton of different reasons for that. So let's just get right into it and I'll kind of explain what's going on with me right now. So first of all, it's report card season. They're due tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and I'm feeling pretty good about them. That's kind of, I've just gotten through that. And other than that, work has just been a lot busier this year. I've said this in other videos before, but as many people know, I'm a learning service teacher. I have a caseload of students that I'm responsible for, and I do a lot of paperwork along the, side of actually teaching every day. And so a lot of that paperwork has to happen outside of school time because I teach all the blocks. And there's just a lot of management when it comes to, working with staff and working with students. And I have some fairly complex students this year that require significant attention, and it's pretty complicated, but basically there's a lot going on there. And I'm also a teacher leader in my school, which means that it's kind of like there used to be department heads, but now there's just kind of teachers that apply and become teacher leaders, and they go to professional development, and then they come back to the staff and they teach things at staff meetings on Pro D days. I plan lunch and learns where people come and learn about a topic, and so that's added to my my bucket as well. And on top of all of that, I had the busiest wrestling season that I've ever had. We had the biggest team that I've ever had by an incredible margin. And so all of a sudden during wrestling season, which I'm usually on YouTube, super, my production goes way down during wrestling season. This year it was busier than ever. And all of that combined with 3 different concussions this year. And I'm happy to say that this week I'm doing full days at work, so I'm not going home, early. I'm just doing the full day, and I'm feeling overall pretty good. Although right now I'm actually feeling quite tired, but like it's way better than it was. And so I'm hoping that I'm kind of putting that last concussion behind me, and now I have to kind of evaluate what I want to do with my fitness and my sport, because when next September rolls around, I don't know that I want to play competitive soccer anymore, because I can do everything that I can do to protect myself and prepare myself. But if somebody fouls me, if they take me out, then I just don't want to go through this experience again of missing so much. When I miss work, or when I leave work, it's very stressful for me. I want to do my absolute best, and I want to support my students and my coworkers, and it feels really bad when I can't do that. When I miss making videos, I have FOMO. I have, fears of missing, a content opportunity, which I'll talk about in a sec. And I also have fears of just like, people that have been so kind to support me that I'm not, showing up for you guys. And I know that I've been working on another channel as well, and that might rub some people the wrong way or not. I don't know, but we'll talk about that as well. So concussions, getting that behind me. And the last kind of factor is motivation. And so motivation for the main channel here, the Mysidia Gaming channel, it's been more difficult after War of the Visions, because War of the Visions had such a structured format to how content worked. I just did, a news video, should you pull videos, and then if there was time for streams and arena videos and things like that, I would do those. But it was all very structured. It got to a point where I could no longer do that because I just wasn't enjoying the game. I've tried to go back to the game, and I'll probably, once in a while I'll show up and pull somebody on a banner, but it's not there for me anymore. The way that, for example, on a Saturday morning, I'll enjoy a coffee and like read some news and maybe watch something and play something and whatever it is, and spend time with my wife. And previously, like if you think about like the weekends, or if I think about it, every weekend it's like, oh man, I'm on BlueStacks playing War of the Visions, and I'm doing the things that you can't really do during the week. I'm doing all this guild battle testing and clearing some quests and all this other stuff, and it kind of dominated my time, you know, my free time, and I want to use that to play all sorts of different games and play Warhammer and, you know, go to the gym and play tennis and, you know, all these things. So I think, you know, it's pretty safe to say that gacha games, aside from like just checking in once in a while and like messing around and like checking out a new game here and there, I don't think that I'll ever seriously play a gacha game again. And so I don't think that I'll ever cover a gacha game again. And so that consistency and the audience that covering a gacha game brings will, you know, be gone. And so then you have to pivot and say, well, what is it that you want to do? And that's kind of where I'm at. So when you make videos, it's really easy to make things that you're passionate about. And so I made a second channel a while back just called Mysidia. And the idea was that I could do stuff there that I wouldn't do on my main channel. I would cover information like Warhammer, some D&D stuff, tabletop stuff. And it's pretty much all been Warhammer so far. It's all been Warhammer, just because that is what I'm really passionate about right now. I'm building armies, I'm painting, I'm playing the game, I'm reading and listening to lore, and it's just so awesome. Like, it's such a good hobby. It takes me off my computers, you know, to be doing something with my hands. And that's been really big with the Concussion. And then actually playing the game with my friend David, who you might know from previous YouTube ventures, is an absolute blast. And like, we text about it all the time, and I'm just really enjoying it. So right now, Warhammer is going from Warhammer Age of Sigmar is going from its 3rd edition to its 4th edition. And because of that, there is constant news popping up, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, where they reveal some really interesting stuff. This is a incredibly important time to grow my channel, because this is when people are looking up information and looking for people's opinions. And so I've been really enjoying making those videos on my other channel, and they're being pretty well received for the size of the channel, which is really exciting. And so I'm loving that. I'm going to keep doing that because I enjoy it. And I think what's cool about it is everything I do over there, I'm continuing to become a better video maker, a better speaker, a better editor. And then that's all going to transfer over to the main channel here. Now, on the main channel, I've been having kind of the opposite problem where, well, one, it's been like with the Concussion, the hardest thing is playing games. Like, I can read an article about Warhammer and make a video on it, but it's harder for me to play a game for like an hour or two. And so when you have a really long game like Unicorn Overlord, it becomes hard to kind of plug and just blast through the game and try to make a review. And I am going to write a Unicorn Overlord review. Maybe I'm just not going to finish it. I thought like, well, I'll finish the game and then write the review, but maybe I just, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I have to just kind of do what I got to do to get it out. But otherwise it's been kind of tricky. Like, I'm trying to figure out what it is exactly that my main channel should be doing, because writing game reviews is an incredibly competitive niche, but it's also, I don't know if it's a realistic thing for me to take on given my schedule. Because if I can't play these games fast enough and I'm not getting them early from developers, then I'm kind of never going to be getting anything in on time. And being on time is kind of a massive part of this, you know, making a channel. So what do I do then? What do I actually like pivot and create? I don't really know. And so I'm trying to figure that out. I'm going to make content on Unicorn Overlord. I feel like I've completely missed out on a massive opportunity. I saw channels start out on Unicorn Overlord and go to like 5, you know, subscription figures. I've seen other channels that were already established just have massive numbers from it, you know, like relative to like their channel or just to like my channel. And there seems like there was at launch a real demand for Unicorn Overlord content, and I've completely missed the boat on that. So I might make some videos about it. I understand that they might not do well at this point, but I might just try to do that to see how it goes. I also want to do some stuff with the Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, and I think that would be really fun to cover. I'm so excited for it because Suikoden is one of my favorite series of all time. And so I'm really excited to play that game. So hopefully with my schedule, I can actually make some serious content with it, but we'll have to just kind of see how that goes. I also really want to stream and connect with everybody. And there's so many regular viewers that used to check in, and I kind of miss that, right? And so hopefully I can start streaming soon. And I'm also really open to suggestions, but there's just no guarantee I'll do what people suggest if I'm not passionate about it, or if I can't figure out how to make it happen or something. But I do, even if I don't do your suggestion, I really appreciate the suggestions. It gets me thinking, and you know, I just really appreciate the support. So that's kind of where I'm at with the main channel. I want to stream. I want to make some videos about games I'm playing, and I want to figure out like a long-term direction for the channel that is manageable with all of the teaching that I do, the coaching that I do, and, you know, my other extracurricular hobbies that I have. And so we'll kind of have to see where that goes. And I know that, you know, people might be, you know, checked out on the channel at this point, and if you're still around, that's really cool, and I appreciate that. And we'll just see kind of, you know, where it all leads. I think what's important is that I'm having fun, and that I'm still like challenging myself and my skills, because I don't want to just phone in content at all. Like, that's never my intention. I am a competitive person in work, in sport, and in YouTube. I want to do videos that do well. I want to figure out why they're doing well, and then, you know, get better at those things. I don't want to just make videos just for the sake of it. The part that I enjoy about it is a game to me, in terms of the production and the self-improvement, and the improvement of the reach. That doesn't mean that I'm going to like get really sad if my videos don't do well, or like give up on a topic just because it didn't do well. That means that I have to work harder and figure out another way to reach people, because it's a competitive space, and it's a competitive platform. But that's kind of where my mindset is. And as we get closer to the summer, I'm going to have more and more time to be doing content online. So I guess we'll see how it goes. This is hopefully, when I'm crossing my fingers here, because 3 times this year I've thought to myself, I'm gonna, you know, really hit this channel hard, and every single time I've been completely derailed and been in a position where it's very difficult for me to be on screens, and even when I get back on screens, it's very difficult for me to play games. And so I'm hoping to, you know, finally break that chain and get into a groove here, but otherwise, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it kind of all shakes out. So otherwise, I am going on a trip this week. I just literally was just saying how I want to hit it hard and not get derailed. I am going to chaperone a school trip, and I'm leaving the middle of this week, and I won't be back till Sunday. So I likely won't have another video coming out this week, unless I did it on like Sunday night or something. Maybe when I'm like commuting on this trip, I might write something on the bus or something, and then that way I can just film it when I get home. But yeah, so the rest of this week I'm out of here. I'm going to be with the school music program at a festival, listening to their wonderful music and supporting them. And then when I get back is kind of when things really begin. So we'll see how that all goes. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. If you're still listening, I'd love to hear from you in a comment, even if it's just hello. I would love to hear like an update about you. What's up with you? If you're someone that was commenting on my videos before, give me an update on your life and how you're doing, and we can chat in the comments. I'll totally respond to as many as I can. And if you have suggestions for what you'd like to see, or just ideas for me, you know, inspirational quotes, I don't know, you can share that down in the comments. And otherwise, I'll see you all again in a video, hopefully sooner rather than later. Thanks, everybody.